Hopping in here with a victory. Hopefully, you guys on Instagram can hear me. We don't know. Probably not at this point. We'll find out. If you can't hear me, type it in the chat. We'll find out. But, guys, first of all, get in, hop in, smash that like button because you know the vibes. The Sourdough Squad is in the building. Let's see. We can hear. Okay, so you guys can hear me this time. Shout out Instagram for finally wanting to work for once. But guess what? We got a dub. Huge, huge, huge news. Breaking news, everyone. Breaking news across the bay, across the world. It doesn't matter. The 49ers won. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? It means a lot of good things, but it also means Victory Monday. It also means the 49ers are still in the hunt. They are still alive, and they got the number one ranked team in the division in the Cardinals next week. They are a little bit hurt. They're a little bit down. This is the exact momentum that the 49ers needed to bring to the table and carry that into next week. This is what we needed to see. This we knew this was the brink of destruction game. The 49ers didn't win this. We knew for a fact everything was going to spiral out of control. So I think the entire fan base can breathe a deep sigh of relief, knowing that now we have an opportunity in front of us with the Cardinals, with the win against the Bears on the road on Halloween, in the way this team won. I want to talk about the way this team won. And again, if you're on Instagram, Instagram's doing some wild stuff. They're literally saying to me right here that we've removed some of the features. So there's no chat. If you guys want to chat, head over to YouTube. We're on YouTube right now, getting crazy. And when you get into YouTube, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button because we're going crazy. Because the season is just now getting started. We can seriously look at this situation and forget everything that happened up until this point and turn over a new page and a new chapter in the season. Jimmy Garoppolo deserves all the credit in the world for putting this team on his back when everyone has counted him out, including me. I think I can speak for a lot of the fan base when we say that we are very pleased by Jimmy Garoppolo's performance today, the way he was able to stay on track, the fire that he showed that he played with, the 2 rushing touchdowns. Um, I'm hyped. I thought it was really, really solid effort by Jimmy Garoppolo. Obviously, the entire offense as a whole took a step up. And there were some still those miscues, a couple penalties here or there, a couple missed passes, a couple drops. The drops, of course, we definitely want to get a handle on. But everything and the way the game flowed, at least, and I'm focusing on the offense right now, really happy with how the offense performed. Um, we saw them get into rhythm. We saw them start to stack positive plays. Um, absolutely, absolutely what we needed to see from this team moving forward. Now they can take this momentum into the Cardinals at home. Oh, I'm going to be there. I hope to see you there. I hope to see all you there because get to Levi's next week, and that's when the season starts. The 49ers have an opportunity to completely flip what this year has been with another win against the Cardinals, leading into a Monday night win against the Rams. The season is completely different. Completely different. So I couldn't be more excited with this win. Tipping the cap to Jimmy Garoppolo, the 2 touchdowns, big time throws, the big like Jimmy Garoppolo's got crapped on this year for not making big time throws. He made that big time throw down the field to Deebo Samuel. Deserves all the credit in the world for that. Um, Absolutely, absolutely love again, the defense struggled a bit. The defense, we still saw some of those penalties, but again, Josh Norman was able to seal it with the INT at the end. I don't care how it looked, honestly. Of course I do, but as I take a step back, I can't be more excited about this team, the way they responded, even when it started to go sideways on them a little bit in this game. It started to go sideways a little bit. I started even myself to get a little bit down, but they were able to turn the tide and get back on track. And I think that's one of the biggest positives from this game. And then they stayed the course. So that's what we wanted to see from this offense for a long time. And we started to see that against the Chicago Bears. And it's a great, great building point from here on out. Now let's see what we get when George Kittle comes back next week. Now it's not definitive, it's not marked in stone that we know George Kittle is coming back this week. The hope is that he'll be back. The hope is we get another guy like Al-Shaair back. Uh, let's give some credit to one player that I thought did phenomenal today. Charlie Warner did a great job. Some of the things that we saw on tape the last 2 weeks of why some plays weren't hitting or weren't popping was just some of the efforts that we saw from blockings on from the tight end, and that's what we saw today. Charlie Warner got the start. Charlie Warner was the primary tight end in today's offense, and I really think you saw them be able to move the ball as a result of Charlie Warner, his blocking, and what he brings to the table. I think Charlie Warner deserves a game ball. If they were doing game balls, Charlie Warner, you get a game ball from me. Hell, let's just do game balls right now. Let's just do it. Let's just do game balls. I'll do let's do 4 game balls. Let's do 4 game balls. First game ball, I'm giving it to Charlie Warner. Charlie Warner absolutely deserves credit here for what he was able to accomplish in the run game. He was fantastic. I'm going to give another game ball to the offensive line. Shout out the offensive line, able to open up some holes for Elijah Mitchell. We know what it's like playing offensive line. It's not going to be pretty every single play, but they were able to do it consistently enough for our guys to get the W. Another game ball, Elijah Mitchell. Boom. There you go, Elijah Mitchell. Another, you know what? Game balls for everyone. I don't even care. Debo, you get a game ball. Jimmy, you get 2 game balls. Who on defense gets a game ball? Trying to think really quickly off the top of my head of someone who balled. I'm going to give Sampson uh, a game ball for the sack. We'll give him a game ball there. I don't care. Game balls for the entire team. Oh, okay. Want to talk about game balls? You want to talk about game balls? Kyle Shanahan, come get your game ball, man. Kyle Shanahan, come get your game ball. It's been a rough couple weeks for Kyle, for this offense. There's still some things that need to be corrected, some things that need to get refined a bit, but I don't care. I care about the win. I care about this team coming together. I really like seeing Jimmy Garoppolo on the sideline rallying the troops, getting everyone hyped. Like that's what we need. Again, I thought today could have been a really big opportunity for Trey Lance to come in and play if Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't playing well. Like again, I tweeted it. I want Jimmy Garoppolo to prove me wrong. I'm happy he proved me wrong. And if Jimmy Garoppolo continues to prove people wrong, the 49ers have a chance to do some damage here. So that's what we need. That's what we need. Everyone on offense gets a game ball. I don't care. Everyone on offense gets a game ball. Just really happy right now. Just really happy right now with the performance. Yes, Bosa played really well. Bosa was constantly getting after Justin Fields. Um, but I'm really, really pleased by the offensive performance and what we've been wanting to see from them. Because I think if you ask the average fan and poll the average fan, The offense has been the main point of emphasis for fans and what they want to see get better. Jimmy Garoppolo comes out 17 of 28, 322 yards, no interceptions, a touchdown or two touchdowns, I might add you, adding with the run. Both runs that Jimmy Garoppolo had, he showed the grit, he showed the toughness, he showed the tenacity, all of the key words that you need. Jimmy Garoppolo did what he needed to do. Uh, Tip the cap to Elijah Mitchell. 49ers got back to running the football. Again, this is why we are tipping our cap to the offensive line as well. And to Charlie Warner. Charlie Warner, you are a offensive lineman in my book today. 18 carries, 137 yards, one touchdown for Elijah Mitchell, 7.6 a carry. I think 49er fans feel fantastic watching Elijah Mitchell run because you can see he's got talent and he even has the ability to get better. So you love to see it. Debo Samuel, 6 receptions, 171 yards. Debo continues to ball, continues to produce. Absolutely love to see it. We got 4 catches from Brandon Aiyuk today. I would like to see more, but I like to see Brandon Aiyuk executing slants, things like that, and them targeting him. I like the concerted effort today to get Brandon Aiyuk the ball. 4 catches for 45 yards. It's a start. Again, it's something to build on. It's something to build positive momentum on. Um, absolutely, absolutely love it. Fred Warner and the defense probably had a day they would like to go back to the drawing boards and look to see what they can correct. I would imagine they would look in the mirror and say they could have done a little bit better against a rookie running back, against a rookie quarterback, who, admittedly so, both guys played lights out. I thought Justin Fields had a phenomenal game. I thought Khalil Herbert had a phenomenal game. For rookies, and they put some stress on that 49ers defense. So again, give some credit to the Chicago Bears and their young team. Uh, they were pretty efficient for the most part. Even that last pick from Justin Fields bounced right off Darnell Mooney's hands and landed in Josh Norman's lap. At the end of the day, that's fine with me. But Justin Fields did go off. Justin Fields had 10 carries for 103 yards and a touchdown. They had 23 carries from Khalil Herbert for 72 yards. Holding him to 3.1 a clip isn't too bad. Isn't too bad. But of course, you add the 10.3 average from Justin Fields and getting up over 175 rushing yards on the day. The 49ers defense will want to do a little bit better, but of course, we understand you're down Javon Kinlaw, you're down Maurice Hurst, you're down a couple guys there on the interior of that defensive line unit, so you know that's going to be an impact to how they stop the run. Um, but for the most part, bend don't break, right? That's what we want from our defense. Bend don't break. We understand that Jimmy Ward went out. Tavon Wilson had to step in. Talanoa Hufanga got his first start as a rookie. I thought he did pretty well. There wasn't anything that really stood out to me super positive or super negative. So I'll reserve my opinions when I get back into the tape of Talanoa. But for the most part, obviously, we want to continue to limit penalties. We want to continue to limit the miscues and things like that and the second opportunities. One of the things that I thought the Chicago Bears did really, really well was stay on the field. The time of possession game, they did a pretty darn good job of making sure that they won that battle. The Chicago Bears held the ball for 37 minutes, while as the 49ers held the ball for 22 minutes. That's a big disparity. And the fact that the 49ers were still able to come out with a victory, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome considering the time of possession is so skewed and so staggered towards the Bears. Again, speaks to Jimmy Garoppolo, the quick drives that he led for scores, things like that. Kicking was a little bit back and forth. We had some misses, we had some hits. So we'll see what happens in regards to the specialists, but could have lent for a little bit more nerve wracking game. Um, yes, coach said it right here. Oh no, Kyle's saying this. So Kyle's at the podium, I believe. Very pleased with that offensive line. Really respect Chicago's D line. Even without Mac today, their play allowed. Okay, so coach is basically dropping quotes. That's not a comment from him. I agree. Offensive line looked great today. We talked about the amount of rushing yards that they allowed this team to get. Really, really happy with how everything's working out. Um, no, no, and this is funny. Someone on Instagram said everybody acting like they were with Jimmy. Don't lie, people. Yeah, no, everyone, this was the game. Like we were at the point where a big portion of the fan base was like, this is it. Do we see does this when the Trey era starts? Because Jimmy doesn't play bad and gets benched for Trey Lance. That's where we were at. That's where a lot of the fan base was at. That's where a lot of the media was at. Of course, this locker room, they have Jimmy Garoppolo's back. That's not indicative of the fan base and how they speak. Um, but yeah, I I I I was ready for the change, and I wanted Jimmy Garoppolo to prove me wrong. That's why I'm super happy with his performance. I'm happy with him proving a lot of us wrong. And if that's what it takes to win these games, I don't care. Just go out with the chip on your shoulder. Go out knowing what you're capable of. Go out being confident and execute your style. If Jimmy Garoppolo can go out and do that every week and win games, I don't care. I want the 49ers to win games. I want the quarterback to be a big reason why they win games. And Jimmy Garoppolo was exactly that today. He was a huge reason why the 49ers won today. And that's all you can ask for. So shout out Jimmy. Like I said, Jimmy got 2 game balls today. The entire offense got a game ball, specifically the O line, specifically Elijah Mitchell, specifically Charlie Warner. But we're going to go ahead and give Jimmy Garoppolo, who's had probably one of the most tumultuous off seasons and seasons that I've ever experienced in my short time um, watching football and covering football. Jimmy gets 2 game balls today just for how he's managed everything, the storm that's been at his front doorstep the entire season, and it coming down to this game. I mean, at least as from a fan base perspective, essentially thinking like this is the game where we either move on from Jimmy or we move towards actually thinking about the playoffs. So shout out to Jimmy. Jimmy did what he needed to do. So I am going to heap all the praise on Jimmy. I'm going to give Jimmy all the flowers. Jimmy put this team in a position to win, and that's all I want. That's all I want. And that's exactly what we got. So tip the cap to Jimmy Garoppolo. And if Jimmy Garoppolo plays like this, then we're not going to have these conversations. We are not going to be having these conversations. Aw, Brittany Brown gave me a game ball. Thank you so much. I have to, and you, I appreciate you saying that I get a game ball for staying positive, but I also then have to return the game ball to the chat because the chat on YouTube, I know I'm on Instagram right now, but our guys throughout the game on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, you guys get a game ball because you saw how quickly I was losing it and you guys put me back on track. So game ball to the chat. As always, we appreciate you guys. Unfortunately, Instagram has taken away my live chat, so I can't see anything that you're saying. You guys have to communicate to me through the question tab because IG's a poverty app, but what else is new? Um, so I appreciate. I appreciate the way we handled it together as a group, especially on those platforms like we talked about. Again, it's been a stressful time to be a 49er fan. To cover the 49ers, to be a player on the 49ers, to be an employee of the 49ers. It's been a very uncomfortable time to be just it's uncertainty. It's uncertainty. We don't know. And when we don't know, we tend to latch on to emotion. We tend to latch on to things that that justify why we feel that way. And guess what? We were trying to justify why we felt so bad. And that's why this game is so big for not only just right now, but for the future of this year. And now this is where we start getting back on the conversations about maybe thinking about the playoffs, maybe getting back into contention, because now the 49ers have an opportunity to go back home. 49ers have not won at home, guys. Remember that. Now we have more wrongs to right. And this is what could and very well make this team scary. This is what could make this team scary. And I'm not going to say it out there like it's a definitive thing and it's going to happen, but I want to put it out there. This team has probably gone through the hardest, toughest 8-week stretch out of any team in the NFL. Let's say that again. This team over the last eight weeks has probably gone through one of the most stressful, the most toughest stretches in regards to just how everything played out than any other team in the NFL. Again, the context of our quarterback situation, the context of everyone wanting to fire our head coach and our GM, the context of everything. Fire, bench this guy for that guy, bench this guy, play this rookie. We were headed towards pure Armageddon in 49ers land. So this team has already been through the fire. It's 8 weeks, guys. Remember, this is a young season still. This is a young season still. And we're only into week 8 with a bye. Now, we understood if they didn't win this game, there was going to be a lot of talk and not in the good direction, because that would have been 5 losses in a row. 5 losses in a row doesn't give any much optimism to anyone. But guess what? This is what we needed, and we needed it to win this way. There was a very specific way in which this team needed to win today to really re-energize this fan base, and I think they did that. And it all starts with Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan. That all started with Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan back in Philly. Back in Philly when we said, what is going on with this offense? What did we say? We said this is between Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan to get their juju on the right path and get everything back in to where it belongs. And I think that's what we're seeing. We saw this team get back on track mentally. The offensive line performed, our tight ends performed, our wide receivers performed for the most instances, our running back performed, our head coach performed. So that's what it is. And now, can you build on that? That's what football is. Can you build on that? Yes, they can. And that's where the optimism comes now. The optimism comes from building on that amazing performance. Again, someone said this to me on the YouTube chat when we were doing our live stream. They said, it's the Bears. They said, oh, good job. You beat the Bears. I don't care from week 8 until week 18. I don't care who comes out and faces the 49ers. It could be the Pee Wee Cardinals for all I care. I don't care who comes and plays and lines up in front of the 49ers from here on out. Do you want to know why? Because if this team can focus on what they are, who they are, play their brand of football, they win games. So I don't care who comes in front of us. I don't care that this was the Bears. I really don't, because it doesn't matter. This team could have beat the Green Bay Packers that have won 7 in a row. This game should have beat the Cardinals with a rookie quarterback. This team should have beat Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Now build. Now build. We have the momentum that we've been looking for all year. Now build on it. If you can build on that, and coach says it perfectly here. Coach says it perfectly here. We gained an identity today. Kyle kept it simple and gained confidence. The threat of Aiyuk getting deep balls opened up the outside zone right off the bat. What did we talk about? They took a shot right off the bat, and we said, "Oh, they didn't hit, but or they I don't think they hit it, but we loved it." And then they hit the one to Debo, and that changes the way defenses play offenses. That change, and that's what we've been looking for. We said, "Where is that? Where is that?" Coach is 100% right. We can build off this. Defenses got to play honest, keep the momentum 100%. Brittany Brown says the sourdough squad, best community ever. We all got to go to a planned home game together next year once we grow this group. Who's down? Oh, hell yeah. Sourdough squad is like the low key dopest community that we got going in the 49ers world right now. Now I know there's a lot of other great fan communities here, but the energy and the vibe of this group is legendary. Gotta love it. Absolutely love it. So we'll see, guys. We'll see what happens next week. But all I can say is, guess what? We get a victory Monday. Someone else said this on the YouTube chat too that I absolutely loved. We get to go trick or treating now with our kids and be happy. That's what I'm super excited about. I'm super excited to go out now, vibe with my kids, go take them trick or treating, and just be happy. Just be happy. You know what I'm saying? In-game meetup for the Sourdough Squad is absolutely gonna happen. We gotta set up some kind of like tailgate party or something because it's gonna be lit. Everyone bring a loaf of sourdough with them. Oh, love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Today was a good day to be a fan of the 49ers. Um, Absolutely love the way they won today. Again, it wasn't like a scrap out, like, oh, like we won, but it didn't feel like a win. Like, remember the Detroit Lions game? That was a win, but it didn't feel like a win. It felt like a loss. We started this year with a win that felt like a loss. And today, today we got a win that felt like a win, and we don't care who was on the other side. At least I don't. I don't care that this was a rookie in Justin Fields and Khalil Herbert running this offense. I really don't care. What I care about is the way that this offense operated throughout the game, full 60 minutes. And that's what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for a 60-minute game. Again, it's not going to be pretty for the all 60 minutes, but as long as we keep doing what we're trying to do, get back to what we're trying to do, that's what I want to see. I really, really want to see that. And that's what we got. So I'm very happy. Very, very happy. Um, I want to check in on you guys. Drop some of the things, your takeaways from today's game. Again, if you're on Instagram, you're going to have to do it through the questions. If you want to make the migration from Instagram to YouTube, you're more than happy. I'm more than happy to have you come over because Instagram just ain't it anymore, unfortunately. Um, they are continuing to go down with the ship that is now Meta. So good job, Meta. But come join us where it's nice and the community is really building and flourishing. The Sourdough Squad is flourishing on YouTube. Um, but I think, what did someone say? Someone right here said, everybody blocked their ass off today. 100%. 100%. I think that was one of my biggest takeaways from today. And I can't wait to jump into this tape. I can't wait to break down this tape. I can't wait to start dropping Charlie Warner highlights, blocking highlights on the timeline this week. That's what I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to dropping some O-line clips. Really looking forward to dropping some Elijah Mitchell clips. Really, really looking forward to dropping good blocking clips that start with Charlie Warner, because unfortunately, I have not been posting the best clips from the tight end um, the last 2 weeks, but they rectified that decision. I asked Cam Inman on his live before the game. I said, "Are we gonna? Is today the day where they start Charlie Warner in front of Ross Dwelly?" Well, guess what? That's exactly what they did, and you saw the offense take a step forward as a result. I love Ross Dwelly. Ross Dwelly has been so good for the 49ers in so many spots throughout his career here. But unfortunately, the past 2 weeks, Ross Dwelly just hasn't been getting it done in the blocking game to the point where the offense was struggling as a result. The 49ers made the switch going from Dwelly to Warner. Now, Dwelly still played, but Warner was the primary tight end, and you saw why the offense was able to work a little bit better. Even on one of those last plays from Elijah Mitchell, who had a really good run down the left side. Charlie Warner and Juice completely pancaked dude to the point where Charlie Warner goes to the ground. Charlie Warner gets back up, somehow gets in front of Elijah Mitchell and makes 2 more blocks. Like, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. So I'm excited to drop blocking clips all over all over the timeline. Um, Super hyped about that. I'm clearly gonna have to come back and watch all the press conferences because we're busy. So we'll get back to that. Um, yeah, Tavon Wilson didn't do bad. Um, I thought Tavon Wilson was pretty nice in camp for the most part. Um, Oh, if you want to come over to YouTube, it's just you can find me. Same thing, the SF Niners on YouTube. Same thing as Instagram. If you're gonna hop over and make the great migration, let me know that you've made the migration from Instagram to YouTube. We always shout you out when you make the migration over. Um, I've heard the rumors in the chat that Kyler's out. Um, I've seen it multiple times. I haven't seen anything definitive personally. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, I missed that. I didn't even address it. Robert said, I like me some number 25. 100%. Elijah Mitchell is a baller. Elijah Mitchell is a baller. Oh, we got some migrators coming. We see you. Let's go. Fresh from Instagram. That's what I'm talking about. It's on Pro Football Talk. All right. Let's take a look. Let's see. While I'm looking that up, and this is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about. This is why we stay optimistic. This is why we don't say fire everyone. This is why firing anyone has never entered our mouths. Um, you've heard me get a little bit upset about some play here, some play there. You've never heard me say fire anyone. You've never heard me say fire Shanahan. You've never heard me say fire D'Amico Ryans. You've never heard that once out of my mouth. And I don't think anyone else should really be speaking it, honestly, because it's not, at least in my opinion, a thing of reality. Um, so hopefully that narrative dies for a couple days. We can get back to um, the good vibes. That's the hope. And so far, we are on the right path um, to doing that. So I'm excited. I'm excited for a victory Monday. I'm excited to just be talk positive about the 49ers for about a week. That's going to be fun. And what that means for the November 7th game against the Cardinals at Levi Stadium, um, man, would be dope. Let's go. We see you migrating still. Let's go. Let's go. We see the great migration. We see the great migration. Let's go. All right. So I'm hearing from multiple people. That pro football, it's not focus. I want to say focus. Pro Football Talk, Mike Florio, is reporting, according to the chat, I haven't seen it personally, is reporting that Kyler Murray is out 1 to 3 weeks with an ankle sprain. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Could be very, very favorable for us. The coach says, "What was your most favorite play out there?" He says his was Aiyuk. I would have. He said I would have to say. Oh no, I'm sorry. I coach is doing us a service here, and I think he is translating Brandon Ayuk's press conference for us right now. So what happened is someone asked Brandon Ayuk what his most favorite play was out there. Ayuk responded by saying, "I would have to say the last run by Elijah Mitchell that got us back down there again. I fell into a block and he was still rolling. It sealed the game." Yes, I love it. I love that Ayuk is talking about blocking being his favorite play. I absolutely love that because that's been the difference with this team is blocking, everyone blocking, and that's been a big part of it. We've seen 10 guys blocking on a lot of occasions. It's that 11th guy that has been the difference in this team being successful on offense. And today we saw all 11 guys doing it and doing it well. So very, very excited. That's one of my favorite plays as well because that was the Charlie Warner play. That Charlie Warner and Juice both pancaked that guy. Charlie Warner got up, got to the second level, and did all kinds of stuff. Let's go. He found us. The great migration is here. He found us and he's subbed. We love to see it. We absolutely love to see it. So what else could we say, guys? What else? What so I'm interested to know from the chat. Are you guys thoughts on Kyle Shanahan? Have those changed at all with this victory against the 49ers? I know there was a large portion of the 49ers fan base that wanted him to be frankly gone. Do we still feel like that's the case? Do we still feel like that? I never felt that way, but do others feel like they still want to see Kyle gone? Or once we start executing a little bit, we start to see like, okay, I guess when we execute, the offense looks normal. Absolutely. It's absolutely a team game. It comes down to all 11 guys doing it on the field and then matching with the play calling. Um, all that kind of stuff. Let's go. We see you. Great migration from Instagram is happening. Love to see it. Talk about Huff. I thought he put himself in positions to make a lot of plays. I thought there was one that he actually had Khalil Herbert dead the rights at the line of scrimmage. Um, Khalil Herbert made a really nice move just to be able to spin out of it. But uh, again, that's one of the things that Talanoa Hufanga does a really good job at is putting himself in position to make plays. So really, really like to see that. I thought Talanoa did a good job. He didn't get burnt. He didn't get beat like bad. So that's all you can ask for from a rookie getting his first start. And the 49ers are having to lean on these rookies early and often. Um, so really, really happy to see um, what's going on. Coach is transcribing some more of the Brandon Ayuk press conference at the moment. A reporter asked, "You had a key block that sprung Debo on his big run." Ayuk said, "For all of us in the receiver room, we're pretty close. It feels good when you know you made your block and took care of your guy. It was huge. 100%. Blocking is key." And I love that they're like Brandon Ayuk has got some run more so in some other games, and they're talking about blocking. I like that. I like that. The real Ace Swagger says the real Jimmy G is back. I hope so. And I hope this is what we continue to see because this is what we had been missing the last couple of weeks. We had been missing the swag. We'd been missing a little bit of this vibe from Jimmy. And I felt like we saw it today. And I felt like that's all we've been wanting to see. And we got to see it today. Um, very I'm I'm very happy with Jimmy. Again, I was real close. I was getting ready. I was getting ready to be real upset at Jimmy today, but I'm really happy that I'm not. And I'm really happy that he did it for himself. He did it for his friends and his family in the stadium. He did it for his teammates. He did it for everyone who's ever had his back. Feel good. If you've had Jimmy's back through this whole crazy, crazy situation, take a victory lap. Hell yeah, you deserve a victory lap because it's been hard. It's been hard being in the Jimmy Garoppolo business in 2021. So, hell, if that's your guy, take a victory lap. Hell, take two. That's why we gave Jimmy Garoppolo two victory balls. He's been through hell and back this year in 2021. He's taken hell from everyone, at least outside that locker room. So, for him in a must-have it game, absolutely shout out Jimmy G. And we got a yo, where did you get that hat? I got this hat from Residency. My guys at Residency actually just sent me this yesterday with the gold and the red. Let's go. You see it here. If you want to grab your hat, go to residency.com. You could use the promo code the SF Niners. Use the SF Niners, will get you a little discount off your purchase. They just dropped beanies. Hey, this beanie's on point though. I've been wearing this beanie for a long ever since they sent it to me. That thing's comfortable. I actually kind of want to put it on right now because it was fire. Um, but yeah, you want the hat, check out residency.com and use promo code the SF Niners, all that good stuff. I got residency hats coming out my ears because my guys at residency stay keeping your boy looking fresh. So I'm hyped. We finally get to talk about residency after a win. That's nice. We need a new scouting department, do we? They can hire me. I love scouting. Scouting's my favorite. Out of everything that I do surrounding the 49ers with the SF Niners and the brand, um, scouting is my favorite. 100%. I love scouting. Nothing better than scouting. Um, really makes me happy because again, like today, we'll do a little tangent on the scouting thing. All right, we'll do a little tangent on the scouting thing. Khalil Herbert, the running back for the Chicago Bears, look really, really good, right? Look really good. Yeah, that was a draft crush. That's one of my guys. Like when I talk about my guys, like the Aziz Al-Jalaris, the Brian Burnses of the world, the CD Lambs, Justin Fields and Khalil Herbert, those were my guys. You guys know, you've been around me. You know I was really high on Justin Fields, but so same with Khalil Herbert. Those two guys are my guys when it comes to scouting. Um, with Khalil Herbert, I started scouting Khalil in January. Got to see Khalil at the Senior Bowl, only to like him even more. I love scouting, man. I love scouting, and it's really cool to come full circle. Week 8 and to see these guys balling out. To see these guys and even to look at our team. Elijah Mitchell was another running back that I really, really liked from Senior Bowl week. And to be here in week 8, to see him balling out and see the things that you saw when they were college athletes and see them take that next step, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Um, there's nothing better than seeing the guys that you thought were going to be good turn out to look pretty successful. So, scouting tangent, let's bring it back to the 49ers dub. I'm super excited because guess what, guys? We get a victory Monday. I've been posting sad memes. I've been posting don't give up memes. I've been reading self-help books. Like I'm excited for this week. Personally, I'm excited for the content that we're going to be bringing you guys because, again, it's been rough. It's been rough in these 49ers streets. It's been rough being a fan of the team this year. We understand the expectations of the fan base, and when the expectations aren't met, you're met with that energy. Um, so super, super excited with the win at this point. Um, I'm just thrilled. I'm just thrilled at this point. Um, whatever happened to my crush, Austin Watkins Jr., he's on injured reserve. So he's still technically on the team. He's just on injured reserve. He'll be done for the year. They're stashing him for next year. So we'll see what happens. A Swagger said Kyle called a great game. Feels so good to win. 100%. Feels very, very good to win. You want my opinion on your question. What question did you ask? JB asked. What did you ask, JB? Re-ask it. Um, oh, here we go. PSA, this game might have boosted Jimmy's trade value back at least to a second round. Now, if someone calls, do we trade Jimmy before the deadline and let him finish the season? Jimmy Garoppolo's not going nowhere. I like maybe Jimmy Garoppolo boosted his trade value, but he's not going anywhere. This is Jimmy Garoppolo's team. I think I made the mistake early in the year thinking it was an open competition between Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo, and at the end of the day, it's not. It wasn't. It never was. It was a hard pill for me to finally swallow that because it was my first time covering um, uh, an a, a pro training camp. So trying to understand the intricacies of how they split reps and those kinds of things was a little bit new, but it was clear they were not competing this offseason. This is Trey's offense. This is Trey's team. That's what, or I'm sorry, this is Jimmy's offense. This is Jimmy's team. That's why it was very important for Jimmy Garoppolo to come out and play the way he did today, because that would have been the signal for the fan base that it was time to move forward if he did not play well. Thankfully, he did. And now the 49ers can build on top of this. So I think that's the most exciting thing. I'm happy Jimmy proved a lot of people wrong. I'm happy he proved me wrong. I'm happy. I'm just happy. I've never been happy to be like proved wrong in my life like this before. Like, I'm so happy that Jimmy balled out. I am. I am. I'm so happy. And Ron says it really well here on YouTube. He says Niners didn't beat themselves today. 100%. We did not beat ourselves today, and that starts with the head coach, and that starts with the quarterback, the two leaders of the team. Because it's clear as day, this team is revolving around Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that's been the hardest things for me to like. Again, I'm not in that locker room. I'm not in there with them. I'm viewing it from an evaluator. So I'm not evaluating the human aspect enough, at least this year, because that's a big part of it. The human element is a huge point of emphasis here, but that's why it's so exciting. That's why, because it is around, they're rallying around the guy. They're rallying around Jimmy. And the reason why, if Jimmy starts playing well, that is so exciting, is because Jimmy playing well, I think will elevate everyone else. And so it's week 8. Did it did it take a little longer to play out like we wanted it to? 100%. 100%. We did not want it to go this route. We did not want to see the 49ers lose 4 games in a row. We didn't want to see Jimmy get hurt. We didn't want to see none of that. But it has built people to be a certain way, especially if you're in that locker room. You have to have resilience to be able to go through that storm. come out on the road against Chicago, against Justin Fields. Again, another crazy timing performance from a quarterback that a ton of the fan base wanted to get drafted at number 3. And he comes out, Justin Fields that is, and has his best game of his career up until this point. And it really, really we really needed to see Jimmy Garoppolo take that next level. And now this team has something to build on. Now this fan base has something to build on. Whereas that has been the problem. Is starting with week 1, we didn't know. Like, what is this team? What are we? Why isn't it working? Why are we not gelling? Why aren't we in rhythm? Why does it seem like we're always one block away, one catch away, one drop away, one penalty away? Why? Again, and that's why everyone's racking their brain saying to fire everyone because no one has the answer. Not one person that thinks that firing Shanahan is the answer has the true answer. And that's why that's their go-to. It's because there's nothing else. If you fire him, okay, that means it's it. You can't keep doing the same thing, right? Because he's not there anymore. That's not the answer. What we have in front of us is we potentially have a rejuvenated team, offense at least, a rejuvenated offense at least, with the quarterback playing well, with George Kittle hopefully coming back next week against the Cardinals, with an offensive line that is performing well. Again, there's a narrative floating out there that this offensive line you cannot win behind this offensive line. That is false. 100%. And I've been saying it all year. Do they make mistakes in spots? Of course. Every offensive line does. That's what being offensive line is. You make mistakes. Mistakes are literally embedded into your job description. It comes with the territory. But they haven't been making the mistakes to the level that people have been crucifying them. They have not been making the mistakes that are solely on them. And today, I think they got a little bit of some justification today. I think they got some justification today on the offensive line. Really, really excited to see how that all played out. Because man, it feels good to get a dub. Feels really good. And I think the point that I keep trying to come back to, and this is going to be my point for the rest of the week. This is going to be my emphasis for the rest of the week. This is going to be my emphasis for the rest of the year, is that now we're back in it. Just like that. Just like that. The 49ers are back in this thing. They're back in this thing to hunt and fight and claw for a wild card. When Jason Aponte was on with me last week, the reason why I said it's not over, it's only over if they lose to the Bears. It's not over yet because, one, we still have not seen what this team is fully capable of executing at their level. But two, we don't know who else is going to go down on other teams this year. We don't know. What if Stafford breaks his leg? Again, we're not wishing that on him, but that's why it's a bit premature. Again, why people were already calling the season a loss. It's like we're still technically not out of it. We're not. Like from a numbers perspective, we're not out of the playoffs. And from the teams that we have in front of us, we aren't out of the playoffs. So now you get that win. Cardinals look beat up, and they're coming to our house. If the 49ers can take this momentum that they built and build on it in 2 weeks, this is what I said last week. I said this last week. If we can get a win against the Chicago Bears, playing our brand of football, take that momentum and come back against the Cardinals and get a win, the entire season gets flipped on its head. And we're halfway there, guys. We are halfway there. I know you were upset earlier. I know all the talk of fire him, the season's over, X, Y, and Z. I know that is a product of your emotions, which is why we understand that reaction. But when you look at it and you process all the information that you have in front of you, you understand this team still has a chance. And now they really have a chance. And now we get to see. Now the real test begins of solidifying the identity of who they are, because that's what's been missing. We don't know who they are. What are they trying to do? Are they a run action? Are they a run team? Are they a play action team? Are they a drop back passing team? Are they a spread it out team? We don't know. We haven't known because situations and game flow has dictated things for this offense that we haven't been able to see who they really are. So you get all that stuff together, and we're halfway there, guys. We're halfway there. You get a win against the Cardinals. They're 4-4, and we're talking a different story. We're talking a different story. I'm going to bring down Instagram. If you guys want to continue this conversation, we're going to keep chopping it up for a little bit more on YouTube. You guys can come on over if you want. There's the no chat thing on Instagram. It's Instagram being Instagram. What else is new? So if you guys do want to join me on YouTube, feel free to come over. It's the SF Niners on YouTube. And jump in the chat. Let me know if you're migrating. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you do come over, and we'll continue it going. I'm going to bring IG down because IG is a poverty app. IG is a poverty app. I don't like it. That's what happens when you're run by Facebook, right? It is what it is. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I'm trying to find I need to see the Kyler Murray news. I haven't been able to look at it. Kyler Murray news. Let's go. Let's go. So let's piggyback on top of that conversation. I want to look at you guys in the chat. Now again, I peeked ahead 3 weeks. Typically I like to stay 1 week at a time. But because this Bears game meant a lot, I looked 3 weeks ahead because I wanted to understand what it meant if the 49ers lost against the Chicago Bears and what happens if they won. And so that's why I looked 3 weeks. I looked at the season as a 3-week season. Chicago Bears, Cardinals, Rams. If the 49ers can go 2-1, if the 49ers can go 2-1 over those 3 games, they are squarely in the mix. They've already got one half the battle down. Now they got 2 opportunities. So I'm pretty optimistic now. I'm very optimistic. I was very not optimistic, as you can tell by my mood early. But right now, I'm very optimistic with what the 49ers have in front of them here. The opportunity sometimes is all you need. The opportunity to be great sometimes is all you need. Sometimes you just need the opportunity. And guess what? Jimmy took that opportunity and balled the hell out. I don't care if you like Jimmy. I don't care if you're ready for Trey. I don't care. You have to acknowledge how well Jimmy played within the scheme, put his guys in position to make plays and do it all. And now what's more exciting is how you build off of that, how you build momentum off of that. And then 2-3 weeks from now, we are talking about the playoffs. If the 49ers come out and play their style of football and they beat the freaking Rams and the Cardinals. Guys, we are in the playoff hunt. We are squarely in the playoff hunt. We are squarely in the playoff hunt. If we somehow rack up 3 wins, Chicago, Cardinals, Rams, we are squarely in the hunt. All right. I'm going to drop the Kyler Murray news on Instagram right now. I'm probably super late. I saw the post came out 4 hours ago. It appears Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray will be out 1 to 3 weeks with a sprained ankle, which is, I believe, sprained ankle. 1 to 3 weeks. Wow. Sprained with a sprained ankle. Per Pro Football Talk. All right, we're dropping it. We're dropping it. I know we don't want to celebrate. I know we don't want to celebrate injury news and things like that, but 49ers could use some optimism right about now. So let's stack this momentum. That's what we're doing. We're going to drop the post right now. 49er fans are feeling good, right? 49er fans are feeling good. Let's get them feeling a little bit better. Let's get fans feeling a little bit more confident towards for the game against the Cardinals. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, posts are out. Oh yeah, look at everyone. Oh yeah, everyone's hyped. Everyone's hyped. Drop the news on Instagram. Everyone's hyped. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. Oh yeah. See, now this is how we stack momentum. This is how we stack momentum as a content creator. If you want a little look behind the curtain, this is how you stack momentum as a content creator. So now, guess what I'm going to do? I'm about to ride this wave of positive energy and we're going to get this thing rolling. We're going to take this into hyperdrive. 100%. We're going to get reinforcements back next week. Greenlaw, hopefully Kittle, hopefully Aziz Al-Shaair. Let's go. Oh, you know the damn vibes, coach. You know the damn vibes. We out here. Now everyone's hyped. Let's go. Hey, you stack momentum off the field just like you stack momentum on the field. It's the same thing. That's why GMs come out and say things in the press unsolicited. They're trying to stack a momentum. They're trying to stack a narrative. We'll do the same thing. Let's go. Oh yeah, everyone's like, oh, let's go. Let's go. Guys, we're in it. We're in it. Hey, we're in it. That's all that matters. That's all that matters is that we're in it. That's all that matters. Let's go. I'm so hyped right now. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, you know what I be doing. You know what I be doing. All right. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. How are you guys feeling? Is there anything you guys want to touch on before we head out and enjoy our Halloween? We take our kids trick or treating. Hell, if you want to go trick or treating, I wouldn't even judge you. If a full grown man in his 50s by himself holding up a pillowcase wearing full 49ers gear asked me for candy, I would give him candy. No kids, if you're wearing 49ers gear and you come trick or treat at my door, I'm giving you candy. So if you want to go trick or treat, I don't care. Go do it. I'm just hyped. I'm just hyped right now, and I'm super excited. Super excited. That's right. It's a marathon. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And again, if you were a fan, if you were one of those fans that kind of bought into the like, we're over after the Cardinals game, it's just a reminder to be patient. Just a reminder to be patient, to be patient, and that it is a marathon and not a sprint. Um, that's all it takes. It doesn't even have to be Halloween. You come to my door wearing full Niner gear and say, "Hey, I want some candy." I'll give you candy in full Niner gear. You know the vibes. So, um, man, I can't. I'm finally excited to get into the tape. I haven't really been excited to hop into the tape because I knew going into the tape, all I'm looking for is why things aren't working. And so after the last 4 weeks of diving into tape to understand why it isn't working, I'm so happy to dive into tape to tell you why it's working. I think that's one of the things that I'm most excited for this week. I'm excited to bring you guys all these examples of why everything's working. Not that, oh, this is why it's not working. We get to talk about why things are working this week. So I'm really excited about that. Tomorrow's show is going to be lit. So make sure you hop on. Uh, if you have not liked and subscribed this video, please do. Please like it. You guys know how much that helps the channel. You guys know how much it helps the algorithm. Like it, subscribe, do all the dang things because you know what? Let's go trick or treating, guys. It's time to trick or treat. Let's go get some candy. Let's go get some candy with a dub. I'm hyped. Appreciate you guys as always. Today was really good by the chat, man. The chat was on point today. Um, Again, hell, I was in a mood this morning. I was in a mood, and you guys brought me back. So the sourdough squad, I'll continue to say it over and over again. I'm not in these other people's lives, so I don't know. I don't know what the vibe is. All I know is that the vibe in the sourdough squad is unmatched. We have the most optimistic group. We have level-headed, intelligent, smart fans. Um, I'm really excited about what we continue to build here. Again, it's been a tough year. It's been a tough year full of disappointment, but we've had a lot of people in this chat not only hold each other accountable, hold me accountable. Like we have a really, really good back and forth here. And I appreciate you guys, I think more than you even really know. Um, so thank you guys for making today fun. It was a blast getting a victory with you guys. Um, I don't care that my Wi-Fi doesn't work. I don't care that I continuously deal with technical difficulty after technical difficulty. We'll get it right. We'll figure it out. There's no bad vibes around here. We're still vibing. We're still having a good time off that McDonald's Wi-Fi. So it's been a vibe. You guys have been phenomenal. You guys deserve, like I said, you guys deserve a game ball. You guys were great today. So appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Halloween, whether that's trick or treating with your kids, your nephews, your cousins, whatever it is, or just vibing up by yourself. I don't know, whatever you need to do to have a good time, kick back and relax. You deserve it. It's been a long year and it's just getting started. So shout out to everyone. Appreciate you guys. And guess what? We will be back tomorrow and we will do it again. And I'm super excited to get into it. You guys have a blessed rest of your day. And as always, happy Halloween